Hello and welcome back to Washington, D.C. It's good to say welcome back because after the government shutdown, so many people are excited to come back to work. What I thought was really interesting actually was the tweets. The shutdown ended and then the government agencies that do science got on their Twitter accounts and said, "We're back!" I wanted to read you a few of their tweets. National Science Foundation, we're back and ready to resume posting. NASA was like, thank you for all of you who have tweeted about NASA while we were gone. And then, of course, the Curiosity rover stopped roving during the shutdown because the Curiosity rover was seen as non-essential. And so when they got back, they tweeted, "Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm happy to be on Mars." This is the most interesting thing here. It is from Phil Plait, the bad astronomer. He said, "Keep in mind, the shutdown cost the United States as much money as NASA gets in a year, with 2 more Curiosity rovers thrown in." Let's put this government shutdown into context compared to how much the science agencies of the government actually spend on science. Do the math. The shutdown cost us $25 billion. Billion with a B. The NASA budget is about $16.9 billion. That's a factor of about 1.5. So the shutdown cost us in 16 days 1.5 times more than what the NASA budget is for a year. What else do we love at NASA? The James Webb Space Telescope is going to be the brand new game-changing telescope for astronomy. It's going to be the largest space-based telescope ever created. By the time it's finished and built and launched, it's going to cost about $8 billion. For the cost of the shutdown, we could have built three James Webb Space Telescopes. The Hubble Space Telescope, of the 23 years it has been in space at the time of launch, in today's dollars, if you account for inflation, that's about $2.6 billion. The shutdown, remember, cost $25 billion. Notice where the decimal place is. That's an order of magnitude. That's an order of magnitude times 10. We could build 10 Hubble Space Telescopes. The National Science Foundation, the premier government agency that gives science grants. So their budget in fiscal year 2013 was $6.88 billion. The government shutdown cost us, in 16 days, 3 times what the National Science Foundation budget is. The National Cancer Institute gets around $5 billion from the government to find the cure for cancer. So the government shutdown in 16 days cost 5 times more than what we spend on cancer research in a year. But that's not all. I wanted to know not only the context of which the government shutdown, the cost of the government shutdown was on the economy compared to scientific agencies, but I also wanted to know how much does a member of Congress spend on re-election or an election compared to the government shutdown. House Leader Representative John Boehner raised for the election cycle of 2012 $25,739,558. Nancy Pelosi, the minority leader, raised $3,411,941. Senator Mitch McConnell is the Senate minority leader. His 2008 election, he raised $20,991,678. Senator Harry Reid, his most recent election was in 2010, and in that election he raised $24,815,104. One other person who's been in the news a lot, a congressperson, Senator Ted Cruz. He's only been in Congress for about 10 months. He raised $14,511,279. Thank you so much for watching the comparisons and putting the government shutdown into context compared to what we spend on science as a government and also what we spend to get reelected into Congress. If you want to keep getting smarter on science policy, please click like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you again for meeting me on this side of the aisle, talking about science and policy. And with that, I yield back the balance of my time. I should get a piece of artwork. Higgs boson. My office is very spare. Please recommend books and art for the walls. Okay, so